let's make sure that doesn't happen for your person with dementia.
Did you know that falls are one of the leading causes of hospitalizations for people who have dementia? In a study conducted between 1991 and 2006, a group of researchers looked at all of the different reasons somebody with Alzheimer's disease ended up being hospitalized, and 26% of individuals were hospitalized because of a fall. In another study conducted in 2009, researchers found that people with dementia experienced 8 times as many falls as people who do not have dementia. While falling is a concern for older adults in general, it is particularly a concern for older adults with dementia. As you know, falls can lead to fractures, early hospitalization, early placement in memory care, and including premature death. So in this video, I want to share with you 7 ways that you can help prevent and reduce falls in your person who has dementia. And the 7th way is my personal favorite. I hope each and every one of you will actually start making this change starting today. It's simple, it's easy, it's often overlooked, and it's super important to reduce falls. So make sure you don't miss that. There are many different areas you want to look at when it comes to preventing falls. Number 1, obviously, we want to take a look at medications. There are many medications that can lead to fall risk. In fact, there is something called the Beers criteria for potentially inappropriate medications in older adults. This is something super easy that you can just Google. I'll make sure I include the link below in the description, but it's called the Beers criteria. And basically any medication on this list, and unfortunately it's quite a long list, any medication on that list is potentially inappropriate for an older adult to take, especially an older adult with dementia, largely because many of them increase fall risk. Now, obviously, your person with dementia is likely going to a medical provider who is going to be familiar with this medication list, the Beers criteria, and be cautious of prescribing any of those medications. But it doesn't hurt for you to bring up your concern and ask, are any of these medications going to contribute to fall risk? Just because the medication is on that list, it doesn't necessarily mean that your person with dementia should never be taking it. That's why you have the medical doctor there to weigh all the pros and cons. But that doctor might be able to suggest the best time of day to take the medication. So for example, if your loved one needs a medication and it happens to be on this list because it increases the chance of falls and it makes the person with dementia sleepy, well then the medical provider is probably going to recommend that that medication be taken in the evening right before bed, right? So don't think that just because the medication's on that list, nobody with dementia should be taking it. It just means we're going to have to be thoughtful about how the person takes the medication, when they take the medication, as well as certain times when you might need to be a little bit more alert and observant of the person with dementia. So obviously the biggest one, medications that can lead to increased fall risk, talk to the healthcare provider. Along the same lines, we also want to be taking into consideration their medical conditions or their diagnoses. There are various medical conditions that are going to increase somebody's fall risk. For example, let's say somebody has Parkinson's disease, dementia, and they take a medication that really helps them with their mobility and their movement and their walking. But as that medication wears off, they're going to have a harder time moving. So talking to the medical provider about when would be the most concerning times for falls, when to be more alert and vigilant to your loved one getting up and moving, that can be incredibly helpful. When I worked at a geriatric assessment clinic, the geriatrician that I worked with often did different tests to see fall risk. For instance, she would have patients close their eyes while standing, and then if like I can close my eyes while standing, I'm pretty sturdy, right? Somebody with dementia or an older adult with some other medical condition might close their eyes and they might start to wobble. This tells the medical provider this person is at increased risk for falls when they close their eyes. And guess where most people close their eyes? In the shower, in the bathroom, right? Maybe washing their hair, washing their face. That is a dangerous place for falls. So doing tests like that, the medical provider can recommend, hey, when you shower, you want to be sitting on a bench. You want to make sure you're sitting down on a shower chair or on a shower bench anytime you're going to wash your hair or wash your face or close your eyes. Simple things like that There's also, blood pressure changes can really increase fall risk. So that same geriatrician, she would have patients lay down on a exam room table, take the blood pressure, have them sit up, right? Taking the blood pressure, and then have them stand up while taking the blood pressure. And for a lot of our patients, their blood pressure would drop when they went from laying to sitting and when they went from sitting to standing. So what does that tell us? It tells us that the person's going to have to be very careful and cautious and move more slowly when they're getting up. They shouldn't just get out of bed and try to stand up. Blood pressure can drop quickly and they would increase their risk for falls. So having a really good geriatrician who understands all of the medical conditions involved and how that can increase falls, there are definitely ways to work around it to reduce fall risk, right? So far we have medications and medical conditions. Okay, third, we have mood. Yes, mood can increase fall risk, particularly depression. I'm not going to get too much into it here in this video because I have lots of other videos about the importance of mood and how it impacts dementia. But this is just to say that if somebody with dementia does have depression, we want to do what we can to help improve that mood, do what treatments are possible to help improve that mood, not only to help them feel better and have better quality of life, but to reduce fall risk. Okay, let's talk about clutter. Let's just talk about the environment the person with dementia lives in. There are things on the floor all the time. I mean, I'm just looking right now at this board. It has like a leg that I've basically almost tripped over several times while recording this video. So we just want to be mindful of what is in the general walkways the person with dementia would be walking through, and how can we reduce and minimize that clutter so it reduces the chance of falls. You also want to be taking a close look at any area rugs. Area rugs are a high fall risk that the person with dementia can easily trip over. Consider where the person with dementia spends a lot of their time sitting, and is that area free with a clear path and walkway if they needed to get up and move? Is there an easy place to put maybe adaptive equipment they might have, like a wheelchair, a walker, a cane? Is there a clear path for them to walk out of that area without them having to maneuver around a bunch of different furniture? We've already mentioned rugs, but another thing to consider would be flooring. A lot of times certain cleaners that we clean floors with can be really slick and slippery, and this is definitely going to increase fall risk. So just being mindful even of the cleaning products you use. You might also want to highlight areas of the floor where there is a change, right? So if there's a step down, is there something clearly marking that that is a step down? Whether it's reflective tape, some sort of different coloring, so that it's visually easy for that person with dementia to see there is a step here. You also want to be thinking about lighting in the home. Eyesight diminishes as people get older, and eyesight as well as visual perception is impacted when people have dementia. So we want to be thinking of, how is the lighting in the home? You obviously don't need all of the bright lights on all the time, but I would just be thinking, are there particular areas that are high traffic, your person walks in a lot, that is dark, that is dim, and might benefit from some sort of light? I'd especially be thinking about this in your home in the evening hours when the sun is down. How is the lighting situation? And then finally, my favorite tip. I am going to encourage you to implement this right away because it is so easy. It's so simple. People overlook it all the time. But basically, what are the things that your person with dementia uses often? Can we have those items within hand's reach? Things like the remote control, a glass of water, maybe reading glasses. What are the things they often look for, try to grab, that they want access to? Can we just have them within hand's reach of wherever they spend most of their time? Even if it's not within hand's reach, can you place it in a location that is going to be a very clear, easy path for them to get to? For example, let's just use my shelf here. I'm going to move this. Let's say your person with dementia wants something on the shelf and they go for that item a lot, but you want to keep it on the shelf. Let's say, for instance, it's this like camera thing over here. Well, this is a good location for it, right? It's here in the middle. I would want to be putting those items in arm's reach, like where they don't have to reach up very high or they don't have to reach down. That's going to increase fall risk. So just even thinking about something so simple as, where are the things placed that your person with dementia wants access to? Remember, falling is one of the top reasons somebody with dementia will end up in the hospital, but now you have some ideas. You have 7 different ideas that you can do and you can use to help reduce and prevent falls in your loved one. Let me know which of these areas you are going to focus on, and please, let's start that one today. Careblazer, also, there's a red subscribe button on your screen. Please click that to subscribe to this channel. It's 100% free. It helps you stay in the loop to up-to-date videos, and most importantly, it helps tell YouTube that these videos are helpful to you. They're helpful for people who are caring for somebody with dementia, and that means YouTube is going to show it to somebody out there in the world currently looking for dementia caregiving help but has no idea my channel exists. It would really mean the world to me. Thank you so much. I'll be back next week with another video. And if you're curious about all the other things I have going on inside of Dementia Careblazers, if you click the description below this video, you'll see all of my current offerings, current classes, courses, all the free trainings coming up, all accessed for you below. So you'll want to check that out as well. All right. Keep up the great work, Careblazer. Bye.